Welcome back. I got some good news for everybody. You know, we're not working on a truck yet. Don't hold on to your pants, okay? We're actually I'm gonna show you a really cool thing that I just picked up. Check this out. There it is. I said I was gonna do it. He told me I wouldn't, but I did. I ended up doing some Craigslist upgrading. I had a transmission. I had some old cams, valve train, all kinds of crap. I'm just bringing it out of the trailer. I'm lifting up boxes trying to see what I got, man. Well, after doing some trading for some dinero, I ended up picking up this bad boy. This is a CTSV LSA Supercharger. Now these, basically, the story behind these is GM, you know, when they're selling these $90,000 Cadillacs, you know, they were running 555 horsepower, I believe, and on the high end, the ZL1, like 580 horsepower. Basically, GM engineered this to be quiet, reliable, and all that. Well, what they ended up finding out was they put they engineered a spring, basically, that's built into the shaft of this pulley, and it would basically get rid of any kind of vibrations that were coming in through the belt line, and it basically would keep this charger from getting any shock and wear, as well as quiet down all kinds of noises and all that. Well, they found out that there were some issues they were having with these chargers where the spring isolator in these things was actually wearing through the plastic coupler that it was designed around. And it would actually wear through it so bad that it would actually wear grooves into the shaft for this supercharger. Now, I guess GM didn't want techs going and taking these apart and fixing them and all that crap. And plus, if you spend that much for a Cadillac, I don't think you want just a Band-Aid part fixed. Well, GM actually just replaced the entire lower half of the supercharger. So basically, technicians were getting these things, GM didn't want them back, and the market was just flooded with these. Like, I would say maybe 8 years ago, these things were going for $300, $400, $500 all day long. I actually saw these on like eBay and Craigslist, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, that supercharger must not be good. I mean, because it's only a couple $100, and you know, I never would have even thought to look into these chargers and, you know, what they came on and what kind of power, you know, people were making out of them. Well, I got my hands on this thing after doing some Craigslist upgrading. Come to find out, after I bought it, the guy's like, oh yeah, I already fixed the isolator. So he replaced that spring coupler with a solid isolator. He says it's like the new updated version that doesn't have a center hole in it or something. I'm not too sure on that, but you know, so it doesn't have any play. So it's literally ready to bolt on the car. I've got, you know, the throttle body gasket. I've got the intake manifold side type gaskets. So, you know, this thing's ready to bolt on a car and go. I want to check the fluid in it and do all kinds of stuff like that. You know, I'm half tempted while it's apart to just pull the snout back off and then do some machining on the front of this snout here and putting a smaller diameter pulley. Might as well, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I should just go right off the bat and do that? Or do you think I should just try and save money and speed up the build process and just leave it as is, put it on the car, make 550 horsepower in a freaking $200 truck, you know? You let me know what you think, what I should do. You know, should I just continue with the snowball plan and just let her eat, you know, small pulley, overdrive crank, and just crank her all the way up, max this baby out, go with larger injectors right off the bat, because I still got to buy fuel rails, injectors, ZL1 lid, all kinds of stuff like that. So, you know, we got some ways to go. And inside here, you know, a lot of guys port these and remove some of these bumps that are just basically, you know, you got a bolt hole right here that's protruding down. They usually grind that down and use sealant. You know, I've done a little bit of research and see what we can do to really improve the airflow in this thing. So, you know, if I do, I might port it myself. I don't know, you know. But as is, it's going to make a ton of power. So, you know, I might not even have to. You know, we could do that at a later time, do some upgrades and try to increase the horsepower of the car. So that's the big news I just wanted to tell you guys. You know, let me know what you think I should do. This thing has like 40,000 miles on it. I got a hell of a good deal. The equivalent price I paid within trading would probably be around $850. And I think by today's standards, it's actually pretty damn good. These things go for $1,200 on eBay and still need to be fixed. So you tell me. You know, it's got a broken this bypass solenoid over here. The mount is broken. You know, maybe I'll pick up another one. I got a zip tie. It'll get the job done. But you know, I'm gonna need all sensors and all kinds of crap like that. So it's still gonna need a lot of money. So another cool thing I picked up as well. Found this on the shelf. This is a Hurst roll control. It's basically a line lock. So it's I have a note on here when I took it off the car. Customer wanted a new one, so we put a new one on. I wrote on here that the Hurst does not release. You add pressure to the brakes, you activate the roll control. It'll hold pressure to the front brakes while it's activated. You can let off the brakes and roast the rear tires, which don't have any braking power under them. It's great for drag racing and doing smoky burnout, so that's what this truck is gonna be, so you know, why not? Now this thing is a little messed up. Found that I can actually get a rebuild kit for this thing for like 30, 40 bucks. So that's what I'm gonna do. Definitely gonna have a line lock. So that's a new addition to the plan. So we'll just keep adding parts, you know, to the truck, and you know, eventually we'll have, you know, 600 horsepower. So that's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to stay tuned. Oh, if you've noticed on the back of the window up there, I've got the S10 Life decal. The guys on Instagram, S10 Life, you know, shout out to them. You know, they hooked me up. I won that one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I guess, you know, stay tuned for more updates on this truck. We're going to be getting some more stuff here very soon. I've got rods, I've got pistons, I've got rotating assemblies. I've got all kinds of stuff that I'm trying to sell. It just seems like nobody's really digging for it yet. So, you know, I'm going to lower the price on a couple of things, see maybe if I can get something, but I'm trying to get the ball rolling on this. So I should be at a couple $100 pretty quick just on that stuff. And then we can go with some dished Ford pistons. I'm definitely going to go with a K1 crank. I'm really thinking about doing a forged 370. Now, the thing is, the 6-liter block, if I run a 4-inch stroke, the piston will come out of the bore slightly at bottom dead center. And it has a tendency to rock. And what that does is, as the piston comes out, it actually gouges the skirts of the piston. And eventually, over time, you know, it can cause some piston rock, and then you have issues with your ring sealing, and then you start consuming oil, you gouge up the cylinders, you know. So, I mean, that might not be till, you know, 30,000, 40,000 miles, but I don't really plan on screwing around with this truck. Like, I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna build the motor to last. Like, this is gonna be like more of a budget build, but also like maximum reliability that I can afford. So that's what we're gonna do with it. We're gonna get some dish pistons, and I'm really thinking about doing a 3.6-inch stroke, which is like the stock stroke. That'll keep the piston inside the bore, won't have any piston skirt wear issues, so we'll be able to boost the living hell out of it. So let me know what you guys think about it. You know, it's either a 408 in dealing with piston skirt wear, or 370, and I can drive it for 100,000 miles, 200,000 miles, who knows? Depends on how I push it, I guess. But let me know what you think. What should I do with this? You know, what direction do you want to see this thing go? You know, and again, I appreciate you guys watching these videos. You know, this truck, you know, is a budget truck right off the bat. But, you know, I've had different trucks in the past, and I finally got that mini Chevy truck that I've always wanted. And, you know, I'm happy to start working on this thing. You know, I really want to get this thing done. I'd love to have it done this summer. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. And don't forget to stay tuned. Can't forget the close-up shots. Look at that, baby. Before I go, I wanted to let you guys know we are starting on the 74 project. So right now we've got the rear suspension taken out of it, and you know, I still have to drop the differential and the control arms and stuff like that, but I've gotten the spring out, you know, the spare tire, all that crap. So we're just getting started on this. This is going to get some crazy rear suspension, as well as some tubular A-arms up front. It's going to get disc brake upgrade. aluminum Willwood calipers. I mean, it's getting some really nice stuff. So if you like Corvettes, you know, of course, as always, you're going to see a lot of Corvette stuff here. So, you know, if you like the video, drop that like button and stay tuned and subscribe, you know, see more on this car. Thanks.